Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. My name is Lucas, and today we're going to be doing a little deep dive into Framer and Zapier, like how you can use these two tools to create form submission automations. You can generate content for your Framer site, like if you have a blog and want to, generate content based off of a title and a few keywords, you can generate like a blog with 1,000 words. And you can also, for example, once that blog is generated, use Zapier to automatically post that blog into social media like LinkedIn or something like that, right? So if that's interesting to you, let's get started. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to build a form in Framer, and you can do that. I mean, we first have this desktop canvas. If you want, you can just click on this plus sign to add the tablet and the phone, so it's all responsive. I always, build with responsiveness. So basically, we can just start off by typing in form. So we have a form builder. We can also see that there's other integrations here like HubSpot, Typeform, Calendly, Waitlist, ConvertKit. But we're going to use a standard form, right? And I'm going to show you why in a second. So before we, start off, we can see that it's like the position is kind of random here. It's like in the middle of the page. And we want to change that. We want to add this, put this into a stack. And we want to make this fit the content, right? So let's adjust the padding. Let's make it 120 on the top. Let's make it 60 on the right and left, and 120 on the bottom. And let's make this form fill. What we can also do, because it looks kind of weird like that, what we can also do is let's add a kind of like a max width to this form, about 1200, and let's add a image. So I can just go here and kind of draw an image to be like this, put it here in the same hierarchy as the form, and we have a form like this. Perfect. And then for the mobile section, let's make it go down vertically. Okay. And let's maybe add an image just to make our lives easier. We can use a tool like this. Just pick some random image. Let's pick this one. And boom, we got a nice form. So here we can see we have some different selectors. We have Amsterdam, Barcelona. We can add, like, for example, well, we can see how this is built. So Barcelona, yes, no. So let's put Miami. And let's just start off like this, right? We can just put like a placeholder like my name. And Lucas at Framer. And then we can just start off and publish this. So we have a nice, little fake domain with this dummy form, right? And now what we want to do. So basically our goal is that whenever someone submits this form, it's going to go to a Google Sheet. And then in that Google Sheet, it's going to update with Zapier. And then Zapier is going to send a message based off this new submission to Slack saying like, hey, someone just applied to this job, right? Or someone just submitted this form, right? So that's what we want to do here. So the first thing you would want to do is you want to select this form and you want to click on Google Sheets. It's going to give you an option between, it's going to look kind of like this, email, webhook, or Google Sheets. So we're going to click on Google Sheet. And then you want to just, add your account. So I'm in my personal account and I'm going to create a blank spreadsheet, and I'm just going to call it like lead form lead demo. Okay, I'm going to click save. It saves. So now if I go here, theoretically it should show up. So form lead demo, or it creates it. Let's see. So let's go actually back to Google Sheets. Okay, and it creates its own. So you don't have to you don't have to basically create a spreadsheet. It creates its own spreadsheet, right? Okay, so then let's do something else. Let's delete these and let's actually just create our own again. So let's just delete this, add a new Google Sheets to our email. New form demo. So let's see now if we refresh, we get it here. Okay, good. So now we got our new form demo. So let's see, let's just do like a practice run. If we were to click on this and we were to do this, and let's just do this and select Miami, submit, and we were to refresh this. Oh, it's not submitting somehow. I think we have to do it from here. So Lucas, blah, 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 at red.com and Miami, submit, and now it should work. I guess if we do the publish site, it doesn't work. Okay, now it works, and you see the date, you see the email and the location. Good. Okay, so now that we got that set up, we have our new form demo. So we have our Google Sheet set up. We can now go ahead and start with Zapier. So in Zapier, and we're in the dashboard, in the home dashboard of your Zapier account, we have a view like this, right? I'm not going to go so deep into the interface. I'll probably do that in another, full Zapier tutorial if you guys are interested in that. But basically what we're going to do is and by the way, you have a 14-day trial to use Zapier, right? To use like the pro version, which is pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a Zap. And basically this is how it looks like. We also have like this Copilot, so you can say like, oh, I want to create a Slack message based off of a Google Sheet that I have, right? You can theoretically do that and it will generate something for you. But basically we have a trigger. So this is like the start of the whole automation. And then we have an action, right? And basically if we click on this, we can start off in different places. We can start off either with webhooks. So if we want to go directly from Framer, we can start off with a webhook and go like this. For example, you can choose an event like catch a hook from Framer, click on continue and continue again. And then you just copy this and you can go to Framer and go to your form and add a webhook and just go like this, right? That would be one way of doing it, but we don't really want to do that for this case. So that's just one way of doing this here. Now, what we really want to do is we want to go back to setup and we want to change this. And we want to start off from Google Sheets. So let's click on Google Sheets. And we have this. So we always go from top to bottom. Here's the different steps, but let's go from top to bottom. So Google Sheets, trigger event. So this is going to be like the first step to the automation. What is this robot going to do first? So we have new or updated sheet. So it's like reading triggers when a new row is added. So when a new row is added, you can see something is going to happen, right? When there's a new spreadsheet added. No, we don't really need that. New spreadsheet row. So I would say the new or updated spreadsheet row. We can click that and now we can just go ahead and sign in. And when you sign in, basically, you'll see something like this. It's connected to my personal email. And then we can go to configure. We can choose the form. So in this case, let's just choose this one that we created based off of Framer. And then worksheet, we only have one sheet. So if we go here, we can see sheet 1 is our sheet. And then trigger column, any column. We can even go, more in detail, but it's going to be any column in this case. Continue. And then we can test the trigger and see how that would work. So we have this result down here, and it says row ID 2, row number 2, the date. This is not really important. And then we have the name, email, and location. So this is a great first start. This is a trigger coming from our Google Sheet that we created from Framer. So now that we got this information set up, and basically from the tests, we can see that we got our main, inputs correct. We can add this new step. And we wanted to say that we want to, integrate this to Slack. Let's say that we have a Slack account and we want to get a notification from a Slack bot saying that someone with this name applied to the position in this city, and this is their email, right? We want to get that notification in Slack. So let's choose Slack. And again, let's start from the top to the bottom. So choose an event. We can add a reminder, create a channel, delete message, get message by a timestamp. We don't want that. Retrieve thread message. Send. Okay, we want like a send direct message. So let's choose that. And we have to, if you haven't used this, you have to log in. I already have an account, so I'm just going to choose it. And then we click on continue. And then send multi-message. So I always put no. You can send a multi-message and then it's going to be like multiple messages, not really necessary. To username me, and let's say, hey Lucas, we got an application from a person named, and then we click on the plus this, and then we can, okay, let's click on the plus again, period. They want to apply for the role in, where's the location? Down here. Here is their contact email. And then again, boom. So send us bot name can be forms submission. Then you can put like a bot icon, which is not really necessary in this case. Include a link to this Zap, attach email by URL, and then we can just hit on continue and test the step. And it seems to be working out really nicely. Now what we can do is we can go to Slack, and then we see that we get this Slack bot, chat, and they say, okay, it's form submission. It says, hey Lucas, we got an application from a person named Lucas. They want to apply for the role in Miami. Here's their contact email. So boom, that is, I would say, the first kind of use case you can use with Google Sheets, Framer to Google Sheets, Zapier, Zapier to Slack. Now let's say we want to bring stuff from Google Sheets into Framer, right? We can easily do that with the Google Sheets plugin that Framer has, where you can, transfer stuff from Google Sheets to Framer in Framer CMS. But we want to do an extra step, right? We want to generate like a summary of, or not a summary, let's generate like a blog post of something based off of its title and like a short description, right? So if, let's say you're too lazy to generate a blog or to write a actual long blog post, we can generate like a 1,000 character or 1,000 word blog post based on this title, like saying, based on how to grow your career as a UX designer by having a stunning portfolio and by sharing content online via YouTube, right? So let's do that. And in order to do that, we need to import this Google Sheet into Zapier. And then once that's done, we need to use an OpenAI API key to basically generate this blog post based on these two columns that we have here. And then it's gonna basically push it back to Google Sheet. And then with the Google Sheet plugin from Framer, we're gonna bring that into Framer CMS and create a blog post, right? So let's get started with that. Now, after we add this Google Sheets Zap here, which this starter, right? We want to Google Sheets new or updated spreadsheet row to your account. You configure it in a way that it looks like this, and then you test it, it works out, you get all of the fields that you want. And now what we want to do is an action. We want to set the ChatGPT one, the OpenAI. We can do OpenAI, or we can do also Claude, Anthropic. I want to test that also as well. But basically, you start off here, you choose an event. So we can analyze the text. We can check the moderation to see if there's like hate, self-harm, or whatever. Classify text. We can convert text to speech, create a transcription. We can create a translation. We can generate images. We can send a prompt to OpenAI and generate a completion, summarize text, and more. So what we can do here, for example, we can do the summarized text for one just to start, and we can click on continue, and we can choose a different model like this one. So source text, we can write generate a 1,000 word blog text about, and then we click on the plus title, using the following as context to help you. And then we click on, what was the next one? Description. Here we go. And then we can just click on continue. And by the way, when you set this up, you have to make sure that you copy your OpenAI API key, and that your OpenAI has a balance, right? You have to add like $5. I think $5 is the minimum amount. So if it's not working for you, it's because of that. You have to add $5 to your balance, and you can do that in your billing overview, in your OpenAI API, right? Like over here. So click on add to balance. All right. Test the step, and it is not working. Let's see what is the problem here. Help me fix it. And then you can see that Zapier has an AI that allows you to see. So because the GPR, okay. Step in your Zap and select a compatible model such as, okay. Okay, so let's go back here, and we don't want this real-time preview. We want something like a different one. There's different ones. Let's see this one. Maybe this one would work. Okay, let's go back and choose another one. It says to use the 3.5. And that seems to work. And okay, let's see how this would look like. So it didn't really do it so well. Let's maybe remove this, and let's just add this title text to see how this would look like. Click on this, test. And it's very small, so it just gave me like a quick summary of this. So let's see how we can fix this. Maybe we don't want this set up with the summarized text. Maybe we can choose something else, like a send prompt. And then we can click on continue. And we can choose on this one. And we can write generate a 1,000 word blog about using the following as context. And then let's choose the description and continue and test, and let's see if this works. It seems to be working. It's taking some time, but it seems to be working. Okay, and it does work. So as a UX designer, it's important to continue to scroll. Okay, perfect. So we got that. It's 1,000 words, so that's pretty good. It should probably not be the nicest thing to read because it should be very generic. and it wasn't a lot of information that I gave it. So now the next step would be to add this into our Google Sheets. So we have response, right? So we want to go back here, Google Sheets, and we want to choose an event, and we want to create we want to create a spreadsheet column. Yeah. Create spreadsheet column. Here, let's continue. Let's click on my Google Drive. Let's click on the blog generator one. Sheet one. Column name would be summary. Or actually, we want it to be like this. Response. Actually, no, we want this to be, well, let's test this out. Let's test this just to see how it looks like. And then if we were to go here, okay, it generates like this whole thing here. And we don't want it like that. So let's go back here. And I think the problem is that we don't want the column name to be the actual response. We want the column name to be from here. And what is it? Column C, blog post. And the index would be then the response, and we click continue. And required field comment is missing. Let's write blog post. And let's see how this looks like. And there's nothing. Okay, let's debug this again. I guess it's not the index. Then it should be here. And let's do this. And it's the response. And let's test this step. And let's go back to Sheets. And let's bring this guy over here. I mean, let's just leave it like this. It's going to be a long one. And then what we can do, I mean, this is obviously not pretty, but we have this already as a blog post. Actually, let's not delete this. I'm just trying to see why this description is looking like this. So the actual solution here would be to add a row and not a column. So I'm still learning this tool, but it's pretty interesting. So now that we have that, we have this blog post column with the actual content, right? And then it would look something like this, where we have the blog post. And now what we can do is we can go to Framer, click on Framer, and we can go here and we can click on import and do Google Sheets. And we can put blog generator, and we can go back here. Let's see, copy link. Okay, so what we can do is go back here and click on anyone with the link, copy link, bring to Framer, choose sheet 1, next, as a formatted text. Let's see if this works. Import. Okay, let's see if this works. So then we have the blog post like this. And then we can go here and generate a blog post, and then boom, here's our text. So this is kind of like the quick and dirty way of doing it, but after a few bug fixes and a few iteration, you can get it done. So this is just like two examples of what we can do with Framer and with a tool like Zapier. Hope you guys found this video insightful. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to help. So thank you guys and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.